Hello and welcome to the Regulars. I'm Chris McGonagall.
My name is Jason DeRoss.
Hello and welcome to the Friday 300 subscribers celebration.
I've had that song in my head all morning. The Happy Birthday.
I know. I was trying to
Happy
find
birthday to you. Even though it has nothing to do with birthday, but it's a celebration.
I'm trying to
Marie.
I can't.
This is as tall as I'll ever be.
Wow. I mean, I guess I've removed it, and but I also was looking for the happy birthday, and I was like, fuck, I can't find it.
Yeah.
Amanda says, hi, everyone. So happy to finally be able to catch a live episode and join the chat. I haven't been able to since May because of going back to work. I am pumped. Welcome, Amanda.
People are also so stoked about the 300, which is awesome.
Yes.
And then even Cindy's like, I realized that I haven't pressed subscribe yet. So she was our 300th. Way to go, Cindy. Hey.
We love it. Okay. Caitlin says, Stacey, I love your makeup. That lip color is choice. Thank you. I was just telling Jason, it is what it is today. I just bought a new eyeshadow palette. It came in the mail. I threw it on. She's different. I would have done a smudged eyeliner, but we just didn't have time today. But thank you.
Yeah. And I know no one cares, but like I'm all I'm going to be thinking about today is my hair. I don't know how to cut my hair properly. And then the bangs go, well, do you remember that? What's that like? There's some cartoon with just this guy with a circular round face and hair goes whoop. And I'm like, oh, that's what I'm pulling off here. Doug. All right.
You know what? I have so my
I don't
hair,
think it's Doug.
My hair's pretty flat today. It's really not doing the things that I wanted to do. It's very 70s and that was not a choice, but
70s is cool.
I know.
Tintin somebody? Is Tintin a thing?
Yeah, you might be Tintin. Oh, that people want to know. People want to know the palette. So I got the ColourPop Nude Mood palette. And I can say this, I am, for me, where I'm at, like makeup wise, I love like a matte shadow. I don't really love a lot of glitter. Like I used to love glitter, but now I just love like a matte copper red brown vibe. Mm-hmm. And this palette I thought was all matte, but most of it is shimmer. Anyways, I'm seeing Jason's just messaging in the chat and not listening to me, but I'm not.
I was thinking, and this isn't me going, I was, hear what you said, but like, I don't know the difference between gloss and shimmer.
Well, I never said gloss. Right? I was saying matte and shimmer, but I'm not even talking.
That's what I mean. Well, I wasn't saying that. What I was saying is like gloss to me is you always get matte or gloss, but you said matte or shimmer.
Because there's matte shadows and shimmer shadows.
That's what I'm saying. In the definition outside of makeup, it's normally like matte or shimmer or glimmer. I don't fucking know. I don't care.
You don't know. And I'm glad that we landed to what I was thinking. You don't know. So
no, I know, but I know what my question meant.
So for people wanting to know, thank you, Kelsey, and Barbara asking what palette. Laura, I love Laura. I'm late. Hello. Did we comment on Stacey's makeup? And again, you can check it out at youtube.com/The Regulars. Jason's just thinking developing photos. Says Adam, and I love that.
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
Yes, I know exactly. But so he's thinking of photography, not makeup. But I do like ColourPop. I also bought from ColourPop their Soul Bronzer, and I got it in fair. It really doesn't. It's not really pigmented in any capacity, but I enjoy it, if that makes sense. So I've been really, I'm quite the fan of ColourPop. I really wish I had done a smudged eyeliner. I think, so the reason that I bought ColourPop, to go back to what Shayla's saying, Jason's like, it's over his head.
No, I'm listening.
ColourPop is like, okay, so I love cheap makeup. I don't think, what?
I love this. I have the Disney Villains palette. That's pretty awesome.
So ColourPop has the cheap, is just cheap shadows. I am not one for buying money or makeup online. I'm a big drugstore gal, but ColourPop is so cheap and very pigmented. This was a couple swipes. You know what I mean? It's great. Everyone have at it. ColourPop. Who knew? This hair though, I can't with it. But
to be honest, I love this kind of stuff. I'm jealous sometimes that I'm like, well, I don't get to do that.
Well, you can do that if you want.
I can do that.
Yeah.
For a 40-something-year-old dad, it'd be a choice, and everyone I'd walk
Be
out.
the
And be like,
best choice. I would love that.
I might be a great choice, but it would be a bold choice.
You go viral on TikTok for that. I don't know if ColourPop is at Ulta. I wish we had an Ulta, or maybe we do in Canada, but I don't think we do. But ColourPop's great. Nude Mood is fantastic. I'm liking it from the camera. I just don't like any like glitter and shimmers. I just feel like my vibe is just not that. But that's just me. But their glitters are incredible. So just
Now we're sponsored.
We're sponsored now. I wanted to get back to your hair because I once described my hair, which is incredibly fine. I don't have much of it.
Yeah.
As 4 McDonald's fries run over by a bus.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it. But your hair is literally sectioned into 4 McDonald's fries.
Yeah. Oh, salty enough. Mm.
Yeah. But you know that you could just like brush that back.
Trust you say it like I haven't done 100 different things, but like
Take your headphones
I know what you're saying. But I don't like to brush it back because if I brush it back, my Italian roots kick out like crazy, and I'm a mafia boss in a second.
You're
it looks
Italian?
like it's slicked back, and it's like I'm like, give me some pizza. Although I love pizza, but like
Wait,
I'm not
wait, are you Italian?
Fuck yeah, man.
No, I don't see that at all.
That changes everything, right?
Do you think you look Italian?
No, not at all. But I'm like I'm a bunch of generations in Canadian. Like if you met my dad, you wouldn't be like, oh, he's Italian.
No.
You'd just be like, oh, he's a typical Caucasian. I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
But I don't know. Like I don't know if people just met my family, they wouldn't know where to guess their. And my mom's not Italian, but my dad is Italian.
So anyways, whatever you just did to your hair looks great. It looks better than where you started. So this is amazing.
I've got the clippers down though. Like, look, this is all right. This is okay.
No, that other side looks something. It looks very suspect.
I think it looks great, but the top, anyways, here's what you wanted me to do. Here's what you wanted me to do.
Oh, fuck. Falling apart.
A lot of people in the community are talking about they've taken their kids now. They've masked up and gone to get haircuts. So like, I mean, I'm cutting Charlie's hair, and Charlie's hair actually looks okay because I'm not doing it to myself. But like,
yeah, but you love a project. My thing is like if I can outsource it, I'm gonna outsource it. That's why I love taking like a cab or an Uber. If I can outsource me getting home, I'm gonna outsource it.
Well, that's not an outsource. That's not drunk driving home. Like that's different than outsourcing.
Wait, why do you assume I'm drunk? Because half the time I'm very sober.
I don't think you're sober.
With drunk driving. I never got it because when I'm 3 sheets to the wind, the last thing I want to do is be responsible for anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's something I've just never done. I'm
like I'm the girl at the table who's like, just order whatever. Like if I'm drunk and we're getting food, I'm like, food. We've ordered food, just whatever that is.
Do you need to see the menu?
No,
just put whatever's on that menu. Put that on the table, not the menu.
Excuse me, sir. Do you hear what I sound like? So when I say that I need food, what do you think that means? Let's say it at the same time. Fries. It's always fries. Just get fries.
I love that you're like, let's say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, fries.
There's nothing more upsetting to me when I worked at a restaurant than drunk people looking at a menu. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? We have chicken fingers. Just say it.
They look like a doctor looking at an x-ray.
It's so true. Yeah, they're just like,
Okay.
What are you guys doing? Antipasta platter? No, dude.
What's this little thing right here? Oh, yeah. That doesn't look normal. I think I'll have that.
Soup of the day. What the fuck is soup of the day?
You guys ever hear the Dumb and Dumber joke? Soup of the day. I'll have that. Okay. Anyways.
Oh my God. I can't. That's why I think about our favorite bar in Santa Monica very fondly because Big Dean's because all Big Dean's was like a fish sandwich and some fries. And that's all you ever need.
Yeah, well, and pints upon pints.
Well, I mean, that's why we got to that weird sandwich, right? It was the pints upon pints. Oh my God.
It's really weird because if you go to Big Dean's on a Sunday, like when the pandemic was not happening,
yeah,
it is like a typical sports bar, but it's on a beach. So it's like beach people, like a beach culture, except everyone's wearing a football jersey.
Yeah, love that.
It's crazy. It's kind of a
I'm just
mixture
like,
of
I love the
vibes.
beach. I love the beach.
Hell
Would
yeah.
I say that I'm part of beach culture? No,
No,
not even.
but I
close.
don't. But yes, so we're tourists into the culture. But like, I'm in.
But I will tell you, a beach day is a nightmare day because
No.
the amount of shit you have to bring to the beach
Yeah.
is so annoying. Then you get there and the sand is hot, and then you got to find a spot to go, and then there's just sand everywhere. And
You've really done a 180 here.
what do you mean?
You're like, I love beach. I'm such a beach person.
Sure, we all
But
do.
you know what? The sand is hot. The sun's out.
No.
There's
First of all,
water.
I never said I was a beach person. I said I like the beach. I like the beach, but I'm not a beach person.
Okay, great. I love the beach. And I feel like after you start going a bit, you get that, because you have to carry a lot, especially with a kid, but like you get a science down to it. You're like, we're down to like one carry bag and one backpack and we're good.
There's nothing sadder to me, or like not sadder, but like there's nothing more like heartbreaking to me than like looking at parents having to arrive someplace.
One of the first times I went out here, Adam, friend of the pod, Adam Colley was actually out here. And we went with another friend of the pod, Ali Price, and then Anessa Frantowski, who should be a friend of this pod by now.
I know. You gotta get on.
Then, but we went, and I did not pack props. So they were all like, carefree and loving it. And then they had to keep looking back and being like, there's Jason I'm carrying a stroller across the sand. I'm carrying 2 bags. I've got Charlie running around. I was just like, this is hell. That day was hell for me, even though it was great. And we got this when we finally sat down, but I was like, this is the worst. So now we've got it down to a science.
So hard.
What's that?
I said, did you sleep just so hard?
No, I was still 3 a.m. I was looking up and being like, whew, I'm wide awake. What's happening here?
Right. Okay. So switching from that, we did want to say to everyone, thank you so much. What do you
know that Stacey does that in actual conversations? Okay. Switching from that.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that we're both into what's happening.
Anyways, my sister's really sick. She's in the. Anyways, switching from that, you guys check out that new patio on the. I know. I'm kidding.
What do you mean she's sick? Is she okay?
Or is she like sick?
How's her husband Jeff? Is he?
He's okay, right?
Is he still 6'4" or what?
Yeah.
What's the whole situation? What? Okay. This is unrelated, but I have a few TikToks that I brought that I just wanted to share that are sort of like, I just keep replaying in my head that I find very funny.
Okay, great.
I just play this one and I feel like, as I expressed to everyone on Wednesday, I've just been having like, I would say a week and a half. I've been going through it.
Okay, great.
And I saw this TikTok this morning and I just thought this encapsulates everything I've been feeling. Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So I dyed my hair last night. I decided it was time to try blue. Mistakes were made. Yeah.
Is that not insane?
From a person, I used to dye my hair all the time, like all the colors of the rainbow. And like, I've never had it on my skin. Like you never. I don't know how she got to that. It feels like she wore a fishbowl helmet, put the dye in there and was just like, and then like just now covered and everything.
I know. Also, I just wanted to check in because I'm really nervous about, so I was worried that we weren't getting any comments. I have not. I just got like so many comments.
Oh yeah. They just all popped up for me too. I guess people have been chatting and we were like, well, I guess nobody cares about this anymore. Anyways, moving on to the next subject.
Everyone was talking and I was like, let's fucking move on. First of all, when I saw TikTok, I was like, I am that woman. Wow. Do you just see who's in the chat?
I see Snake King's there.
We have.
Okay. If you think for 1 second that you're taking your job, you're lucky that Jen Carewan is not here today because she's taken your job.
The job is gone. Okay. The fact that you think you can stroll on in.
You think you can George Costanza this thing and just walk back in and be like, I never said I was fired.
Oh yeah.
I never said I quit.
It's the summer of Jameson? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay.
Anyways, this Twix bar is delicious.
You think you want to support us, be kind to us, okay? Give us gifts. Get out of here.
And guess what? Jen Caruana is here. So
Oh,
clear out of the corner office there, Jameson.
okay. Jameson leaves for 4 years and decides to stroll on in with Miss Anything. We've been trying to talk about movies and TV for 2 fucking weeks.
We haven't had to say allegedly more times than I'd care to mention because we don't know what the hell's going on.
And do you think Jason and I on a blind spelling test could spell allegedly? Hell
No.
no.
I think it starts with a vowel, and that's as far as I'm getting.
I think I'm going to fuck up huge around the D and the G. Okay? Because I know there's an E somewhere. That's really funny. But yeah, so the TikTok there. Okay, can I play another TikTok? Jan says, I would like it on the record that I'm willing to work in tandem with Jameson to make this pod the best it can be.
Wow.
Wow.
I will say, Jen is always like the bringer of joy, fun, and like diplomacy to the situation.
And I want to say that Haley wants to know about Jameson's haircut. And I think we all do.
How was that 2-week haircut?
How was that whenever I get my 2-week haircuts, although I did watch Borat last night, the new Borat.
Yeah, I watched it as well.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's
talk about it. I'll talk about. I'll
tell you this: I hated it top to bottom.
Really?
There were some parts that I enjoyed, but I absolutely did not like it from beginning to end. And I love Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen, and him in that new as playing Abby Hoffman is insane. Like it's so good.
Is that what her name is?
No. Abby Hoffman is the character that he plays in the new Chicago. I forget what the title is, but the Chicago 7, the Aaron Sorkin thing. But he's amazing in it.
Sacha Baron Cohen is amazing. Oh, guys, sorry. Jameson does not like the haircut. We will need more information as to where the haircut.
Let's see the back of your head, buddy.
Did I see the giant inflatable Borat in TO? I saw photos of it.
I did not see that.
Ride. But I think Sacha Baron Cohen is so good. He's also so hot. Like
I get that for sure.
Like to me, I'm just like, wow.
I told my friends the other day, I was like, if he was a cult leader, that's the cult I would join.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, yes. Master me, I have.
But I think hate's a strong word, but like my expectations were so high for that movie, and then it was like it was okay.
The new Borat. Yeah, the girl, the girl's
great.
She's amazing.
There was a few times I think they cut away because I think she was laughing.
Yes,
in the real moments. And the real moments are really what sells that character. And there wasn't many of them in this. And I think that's the problem. There was a lot of
story. And I was like, the story was like flimsy. And I didn't enjoy it. And
we watch it because we want to see a satirical take on like American politics and American culture. And like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like without spoiling it for anyone, there's like 2 moments that are rock solid. You're like, okay, that's nuts.
I read an article about the new Borat.
Is the ghost man there? Is your spirit animal there?
But the article was interesting and I sort of like related to it in that it was like America is already a caricature of itself, that it's like you coming in and like showing that people are brutal or terrible or there's like,
well, there's a lot of that with YouTube now too. People just going in and being like, I'm on the street and I'm like just putting a magnifying glass to what's going on here. Like I'm just heightening it so it's satirically funny.
Yeah, and it was just like like the first Borat was although I wasn't a huge fan of that, but like it's just because I don't like pranks. Like even though I'm like I don't care for Rudy Giuliani, like I want him to
now you're gonna care for him a lot less. Anybody that watches this.
I mean, and he was just like, I was just removing my mic. It's like, okay, sure, but also you like wouldn't stop touching her and you're such a fucking creep.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't let that go further, but I guess there's probably legal reasons. I guess it's safe for that young actress that had to deal with that.
She's 30.
Oh, well, still an actress that has to deal with that. Like that's great that they have respect for her and like, but like at the same time, I'm like, oh my goodness. I know that it's entrapment at the same time, so it probably wouldn't go anywhere, but it's only about court of popular opinion right now. Anyways, it seems like so.
Well,
Busted.
Rudy Giuliani came out and was like, listen, I reported that to the police and I knew it was Borat, but he didn't get me. I'm like, yeah, he did. First of all, that whole crew got you.
You knew it was Borat when he came out in his underwear. That's when you knew it was Borat, because you did not know the sound guy was Borat, or else you wouldn't have sat there for longer.
I'm wondering, like, you know, like in the beginning of the movie where you see people being like, you're Borat. And he's like, I'm not Borat. It's like, they must have known then that they had to switch it up.
I think they knew before that, but they went in to set that up as a premise, so he would constantly dress up as Borat as other characters throughout the movie.
But there were some parts that were good. I loved the haircut. He's cutting the guy's hair, and he just kept showing him the little pieces. He's like, "That's good.
Good.
That's
Good."
I think the stress of watching Borat is like, I don't want to be pranked. Like, I don't want to be pranked.
It just goes back to like, did you ever do any of those, like the scare tactics sort of things or anything?
Didn't I tell you the story about the first gig I ever booked was this casting guy came into Dairy Queen and he thought I was funny, and then he booked me while working at Dairy Queen, and then I had to go to Snow Valley in Barrie, and I had to do a prank with a baby doll, but because
I remember that now.
I looked old enough to be that baby's mom at 16, I had to be like, I'm with my baby sister, and the baby peed on everyone. Yeah,
you did talk about that. Yeah. But I bring it up because I'm like, whenever I watch these, I remember like it's flashbacks of that, which used to be like when you first do them, they're very scary, and then you kind of just get used to it, and you're like, oh, but like it's adrenaline pumping for sure. You're like, oh my god, we're gonna do this. We're gonna trick this guy and make him think he killed somebody or something, or like
the two older Jewish ladies in this movie. I had to like leave the room.
I feel like those were actors, because there's no way that I get that they want them to come across as like very Jan Carawanish, diplomatic and nice or whatever, but at the same time, it was like if someone walked in like that into a synagogue, there's no way that anybody on the planet would have a natural reaction to be like, "It's okay, let's sit and have a chat, a conversation."
I know. I just thought the movie. Yeah, it's on Prime, by the way. If you have Prime, you can watch it. That's how.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'd be surprised. I'm also reading this Malcolm Gladwell book right now, and they talk about how people react differently to like talking to strangers, and it's pretty interesting too.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I did watch it after watching the debates. Did you watch the debates?
I didn't watch the debates last night.
You live in America. What the hell are you doing?
Well, my wife watched the debates. And I was like, I'm going to catch the highlights after, because I was like, well, we all know how it's going. Like, it's not going to change my mind in any way. I don't think I'm going to see any new information at this point. It's like, I heard that Trump was actually not as animated as he was in the past. He wasn't animated,
but he told over 100 lies.
And that's fine. That's fine. In the sense, it's fine of like, it's fine that I'm not surprised and there's no new information to me that happened last night. I'm like, I'm not going to walk out of this and go, oh, I didn't think that before. So I was like, I don't feel like I need to watch this debate. Although some people in the chat are saying it too. I heard the moderator was amazing. Again, the moderator, as much as they say like Mike Wallace attacked him in that first one, he did not. And then the moderators have actually been pretty. I mean, Mike was the worst of all of them, but
Kristen Welker was the moderator. She was incredible. I thought that she handled it very well. Her follow-up questions I thought were amazing. I thought her actual questions were great. I think it held both men like up to, past decisions, policies, things like that. But she was so great.
Yeah.
Caitlin,
I didn't see it.
Yes. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, you should do it early. What?
Elizabeth did right. You're not into reality TV, and that's okay. It's true. Like, yes, I watch reality TV, but I feel like a lot of this is just soap opera-ish and like reality TV-ish. And I'm like, I know that it's the most important thing on the planet right now.
It's not. It's actually not reality TV-ish. It's like debate. It's the president.
It is, though. It's a theater of people. You have picked teams and you're following. You're watching certain characters, and I get that the consequences are dire. I get that there's a reality to it, but I can read about it. Yeah.
You can't say you're watching characters.
You sort of are.
No, that's who they are. That's who I
get that. I'm not saying that they're fictional characters. I know that they're real people, but I'm like, I was okay missing the debate last night because I'll still watch it. I'll go watch it now. But like, I had something else scheduled and just didn't realize there was a conflict. And then I did, but I was like, I'm also not going to reschedule because of it.
Scheduled. What did you have scheduled?
A Zoom meeting with a few friends that
how the audacity of you saying drinking with your friends on Zoom? How dare you?
Did I say that? I didn't say I was drinking. Just like you're drunk driving home.
Did you drink?
I had some whiskey.
the audacity of you saying you had a Zoom meeting. Fuck you.
But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is like, I was like, I'm not gonna walk out of this thinking either differently of Biden unless something really big happens and I miss it, which I'd be like, oh no. But I'm not gonna walk out thinking differently of Biden. I'm not gonna walk out thinking differently of Trump. So I'll watch it later. I don't need to see it live because a lot of it is just everyone's just watching. Wait, you're literally watching for your fighter and cheering them on in a sense. You're just like, oh man, get him, and I'm like, okay.
You're waiting for a moment to go viral on Twitter, and I can say it didn't happen for me. I tried. Well, we got some good ones out there, but not viral yet. Did not go viral.
But that's what I mean. Everyone's waiting for these big moments, but it's like, let's go through policy and let's go through issue and let's actually talk to this thing. And I know what they both sort of think already to a point. Like they're all pretty clear.
You'd like them to go through policy, but you will watch it later.
Oh, yeah.
I wish they would stand up. I wish they would actually talk about something so that I can proceed to drink with my friends when it airs and then just watch the highlights whenever I fall upon them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I know that it's, but I think I'm trying to justify,
exactly. We're over it. And Jan already says nothing will top the fly on the head. This election is over.
To be honest, if it was a Kamala and Mike Pence debate again, I think I would watch it for sure. It's just more like
that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, if it was just the vice presidents talking, the ones who don't do anything. I'm
just trying to avoid, like, it's toxic. It feels like to me, it's toxic to watch Trump and feed into, because I think he lives that apprentice life, and it's like he wants you to watch. So I'm like, fuck you, man. I got to stop watching.
Caitlin's so right. There was a moment where Joe got the most old man yelling at his kids on his lawn expression, and I died. I said that I think I tweeted something like he just felt like my dad when he was just over our bullshit at the dinner table. My dad would be like, "That's enough," and we were like, "Okay," And Jameson would like to know, what movie would Trump and Biden pick for movie night?
We do have to. That's Jameson's casually and smoothly transition into we've hit 300. Let's talk about movie night.
Let's talk about movie night. So. In the chat, if you have an idea now, Jason, I would be curious as to what your idea for a movie would be.
That's a great question.
I did ask. I'll open up our Instagram and I will tell you what people have answered to us.
Yeah, I love it. I was going to say Goonies. That comes to mind.
Okay, yeah, we could watch the Goonies, but we are in our 30s and
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not about that, but that's great. We've got a Hocus Pocus, a Point Break, Witches of Eastwick, which is a way back playback.
So people are going for the Halloween theme. Okay.
Wayne's World, which
Wayne's World's not a bad one. That's a great idea.
Spice World, another Wayne's World, St. Elmo's Fire, Eurovision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eurovision's very funny. I like the idea that we've at least to call back to something in this podcast that we've done before. So I like the idea of Wayne's World. I like the idea of Say Anything. I like the idea of a
classic John Cusack. It would be nice maybe to watch something romantic like The Notebook.
The Notebook. Definitely don't want to watch that.
Why?
I'll watch it. I've never seen it, so I guess I could watch it.
Sound like my mom when she said she didn't like guacamole, but couldn't tell me a single day in her life when she's had avocado.
I didn't say I don't like The Notebook.
You said
there could be movies out there. Look, there's movies out there that you've never seen that you go, I don't want to watch that. That doesn't mean it's not the equivalent to your mom.
I'm curious why you don't want to watch The Notebook. What is it about it that you're like, it's not for me?
I think I know a lot of the story at this point, so I'm like,
can you tell me some of the story?
Sure. Okay, so this guy goes to war, and he's in love, and he's a poor man, but he's fallen in love with this lady a woman who is a child still, childish age. They're both still young, really young. They're very, very young. They're very, very young, but her parents are rich, and they do not like Ryan Gosling. But he goes to war, and he goes, "I'm going to write you every day," and he does, and he puts pen to paper, and he mails it, and as you told me just last podcast, the mom, she blocks it. So then they go on with life. She thinks he's died or something. She doesn't even know. He's just gone.
No.
You asked me to tell you what it is. I'm telling you exactly what's happening. And then what happens is this is
the best comment. Tasha just goes, "Whoa, he does not go to war."
Yeah, he goes to war. He goes to war for sure. And and then she thinks he's dead, but then she meets another guy because years have passed and life goes on. And
he's also saying it's It's been an extremely long, single, lack of physical touch pandemic. I don't know if I can handle The Notebook. I feel like here's my question. Do we want to watch a bad movie together, or do we want to watch a good movie together? Like, do we want to take a shitty movie?
I don't think we want to watch something with a bunch of substance that we have to sit and watch and like concentrate on. I feel like we should watch something that's a bit silly.
Me too.
Like A Wayne's World is actually probably, even though it's a great movie, it's still silly enough that we could all get on board.
Well, I will. Okay, but Wayne's World is a really good movie.
I agree. I think that's the number one running movie right now, because Mahalo's in there. I think because Mahalo's in there from Shayla. What?
I love that you said that way. You think that Wayne's World is the number one running?
I meant to say like it's in the running. It's the first. I worded it very improperly, but it's like at the top of our list probably right now, I would say.
Okay.
But I do like Point Break as well for the simpleness of like the surfing aspect. Great. That's connection.
I mean, Wayne's World, like I just love it so much.
Amanda's never watched Wayne's World before.
Never watched. Wow.
Have you watched Wayne's World too?
Of course I have. I hated it.
I don't mean you. I mean Amanda's watched the sequel and not.
Oh, I love Wayne's World. This is when like, you know, I never had a crush on Mike Myers, but I definitely had a crush on Garth. I don't know what that says, but I loved him so much. I just thought he was so cute. And Wayne was just like too me. You know, I was too much of a Wayne. Yeah. Dana
Carvey was, he was,
oh my God.
I'm a bit older. He was a bit of a hero of mine when I was really young. He was one of the first people I fell in love with on Saturday Night Live. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, remember when he did Chopping Broccoli, like just the first time? And then
and then it became like too much, but
yeah. And then we were like, hey, we don't need you to be saying that ever again. And he was like, again, no problem. We were like, no, you're not getting it.
Some stand-up special that he did too, where he did that. He's like, I'll go back to it because it was on SNL. But then he's saying he was in San Francisco in this special. And he goes, I know how to get you guys running. And he just sang fucking 49ers and just saying like, I love your fucking 49ers. And he just sang it for like 5 minutes. Everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, see, you guys are just all puppets. Like, I just got to sing your football team.
Yeah, but I don't judge the audience for that material that he's presented them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura says that she's a major Kevin Smith fan.
Oh my God. Mallrats.
Mallrats. But I don't think, here's the thing. I don't think Mallrats will hold up. And I think that's such a deep cut.
Yeah. I know Mallrats, a lot of like the Kevin Smith stuff probably will not hold up.
Yeah. Kevin Smith is
Chasing Amy.
I mean, like, I know these were classics. Kevin Smith was great. I think I liked Clerks. Like I thought I had to like Clerks in high school. So I was like into Clerks. Clerks 2 literally makes me the most angry I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, but it's also like Jay and Silent Bob that when they came back into that movie called like I can't remember what it's called, but the Jay and Bob Spectacular or whatever. And I was like, well, you guys just wrote a bunch of stuff that you wanted to do. And you did it.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I've never watched that full movie because I always fall asleep. I don't know if everyone has like a movie they always fall asleep to, like The Matrix and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. You fall asleep to 7.
Never seen it all.
It's so dark. How are you falling asleep?
No, the first time I was very drunk.
Oh yeah. Well, The Matrix for me is always tough because the movie The Matrix.
I don't want to sit and watch like a Matrix right now. This is going to be a fun one. We're getting a lot of great suggestions, right? Like something about Mary is a good suggestion. I still like.
Okay, I was just trying to explain to you why I fall asleep to The Matrix. Yeah, so you're not really.
I'm listening. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
For Christmas, I've never seen.
I watched it yesterday. Is that weird?
No, I don't. Like I've seen it, but it's like I've never seen it fully. Like I've always just walked into the room, and Tasha says she always falls asleep to Nightmare Before Christmas. Wayne's World is in the running. Ghostbusters would be.
That was actually the very first movie I was going to say, but I was like, I don't know.
I mean, okay, Lord of the Rings, absolutely not.
But that's why she's guaranteed sleepy time. Yeah, definitely.
So we'll have to like get a little like. Ghostbusters 2016. Don't get Jason started on that. Jason and I were not a fan of the new Ghostbusters, and that was when that came out, that was a dangerous opinion to have.
We had it in a sketch where it was like, "Did you watch Transparent?" And you're like, "Did you like it?"
It's like,
oh no, that was a different sketch. That was the "I'm sorry" sketch. The I'm sorry guy.
yeah.
And you're like, I watched the new Ghostbusters. Did you like it? That's not fair. That's not fair.
I know that I'm a white man and I should not complain.
But
But
I need to file an official complaint. I said guys, and she did not appreciate that.
That sketch is one of my favorite sketches. Again, it was one of the sketches where I just sat there and Jason just got to go. You know what might be a movie to watch? Is maybe like a Bridesmaids, so we can get a little Chris O'Dowd. You know, Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy, like when she first hit the ground running and killing it.
Didn't she get an Oscar nomination for that?
I don't know, but she deserved it.
I know. Jan says I fall asleep to every Star Trek and Indiana Jones, and every boy in university insisted on showing them to me. Snooze. Agreed.
I was never a fan of either.
Yeah.
I mean, like Indiana Jones sounds cool, but like, yeah, I've never really sat through an Indiana Jones movie and been like, that was great. Which I know this might be whatever.
Bridesmaids might be a good one because because we get the beefy delight known as Chris O'Dowd, so we get a little eye candy, okay, and then we just get women fucking crushing it.
Maya Rudolph crushing it.
Oh my god, the funniest.
Maya Rudolph is one of my favorite comics right now.
It's so true. I love Maya Rudolph. Also, my favorite thing in Bridesmaids, or one of my favorite, such a small moment, but like when Kristen Wiig is so mad and she's driving to the wedding and she's in her shitty car and she's like so fucking pissed, and then they give her like a lemonade to drive with, and she's like, this is so fucking, and then she drinks it, she's like, oh god, it's just like so fucking refreshing. She's just so upset that it's so good. She's like, ugh. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that part, but it seems similar to like when she's trying to get Chris O'Dowd's attention again and she keeps driving by and then he's sitting in his cop car. Is that the same area because they're driving around?
No. It's when she's going to the wedding and she's so fucking mad, and then they give her like an artisanal lemonade while she's driving up the street. And
I don't remember that. I don't remember this movie enough. Maybe it's the movie we have to watch.
So she's just like, fuck you. And then she's just drinking it and it's so tasty. Yeah, that movie's really good. And I haven't watched it in a while. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, if we want to watch a bad movie, like we're down for that too. Like, do we want to watch a Cats? Do we want to watch,
I heard Cats is bad, but not in the bad way. It's a bad in like the
it's just bad in like I gotta turn this off way.
Well, we did that with Hubie Halloween or whatever it's called. I was like, we planned to sit and watch a bad movie and we couldn't get through it. We literally turned it off.
Listen, I watched Ernest Scared Stupid, and I watched that whole thing top to bottom.
Maybe it's an Ernest movie then. Maybe we got to watch an Ernest movie.
We watch an Ernest movie.
Ernest Goes to Camp, I think was the first one.
Ernest Goes to Camp, yeah. We're all adults, like all of our partners and our children are like, what are you doing over there? And we're like, shut up.
You don't get it. In the 80s, this guy was a comic genius.
The gag where everyone mistakes someone for Kristen Wiig's BF at the engagement party is such a good bit. Oh yeah, remember the sailor when they're like, "And who's your Melissa McCarthy's like, who's your fella?" And it's just this guy with like a nautical hat and a pipe. And she's like, "I'm not with him."
I have to watch this movie again. I've forgotten too much.
It's so funny. Oh my god. Oh, Step Brothers we could watch. Jan.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure is a very good one. These are some good ones. You know what? Pee-wee's Big Adventure actually goes with the Halloween theme of it all too. So like, there's that as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we could watch like a Hocus Pocus or something, but
I think what we do now is we list like 5 of them. We'll put it out on our Instagram and be like, what are we going to watch? Because we need to plan this. Because right now, I think the next big event for us is the Halloween Spooktacular. And then maybe the week after we can do the movie watch party with everybody, but we'll have it all decided.
100%. So right now I'm thinking, and I feel like this is going to change, but I feel like the ones to vote for are Wayne's World.
Yep.
Bridesmaids.
Yep. Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. And that's what we have so far.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure, maybe, because it's Halloweenish.
Put a link for a Survey Monkey on IG. We'll put it in our bio. Yeah. That this is gonna be fun. I'm excited, and I think we'll do it on do a Netflix party. We can also do it. We can set up a Discord, which is something I'm figuring out in the back end, and everyone can join in, and it's just, we can all chat in there. And the rule will remain: no pervs. Not now, not ever. If you get pervy, we will kick you out. People in the chat, in listening, we all know no pervs. Not now, not ever.
Yeah. Another one that we could watch. I'll put this in the running. Is Mean Girls.
Oh my God, totally.
I mean, we've talked about it before. We've got the lovely Jane Care one. Or have we already watched that because of this podcast at one point? Because we had lovely Jane Care one on at the first time.
I don't think we've watched it as a group. Adam wants to know what happens if Jay goes full perv. He's out, and he knows.
What is
Jason? You're just like, I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean if I go full perv? Says Adam. Okay. So we will put all those up and then we can all vote and then we will all watch a movie together, which will be really, really great. I do have a TikTok I found that I just would like to play. That I mean, I don't know if people will find this funny. I thought this was I just thought this was amazing. So let me just play it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Come here. You forcing me to play. You forcing me to play. Put me down. Put me down now. Put me down. Okupola is calling me. Mazo Okona is calling me. You two tongo, they are calling me. Put me down, people.
I'm not putting you down.
Put me down.
I won't.
My people go. Put me down.
Eh?
Put me down.
That people-
Hey, put me down, people. Put me down. I will strangle you. Put me down.
You will strangle me.
What kind of place this one? Put me down, people. Hey. I'm warning you. Mama, want to now you fall down your faint. Put me down.
You slap me and
Put me
say,
down. Hey, put me down. I will slap you. Last warning. This is my last one. I will use you as an example for others. I will use you as an example.
last warning.
I will use you as an example. Now put me down. Or I will deal with you now. Put me down, people. Put me down. I will kill you here. Put me down. Put me down now. Put me down. I will strangle you. Put me down now. Are you ready to put me?
Isn't that incredible?
You know how that lady in the Borat movie played a 15-year-old? I think she's probably in like the same age as this lady.
Jan just says, is she that man's very small grandma?
Yeah.
I watched that. I have watched that TikTok at least 10 times already.
I will use you as an example. She's basically being like, I'm going to cut your head off and put it on a spear to warn others for not coming around me.
I just love when she's like, I will use you as an example. I'm going to use you as an example. No, please. Because on Wednesday, I was joking about how like, if like a partner ever did something I didn't like, I'd just be like, it's crazy you don't think you're murdered. Like, it's crazy you're alive. I was just like, this little girl, I just thought that
I'll spend a couple years in jail, no problem. Just to realize when I come out, boyfriends are going to be like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I've been to jail for murdering a boyfriend.
I just like when she goes, put me down. Put me, I'm a child. I'm a child. Put me down. Roger, put me down. Put me down.
I see you filming this, and I understand that it's for a joke. Put me down.
I do love the pan of like how tall that man is and how her little legs are dangling in her little shoes. It's so.
I'm warning you. I will slap your face.
I'll slap your face. I like how she tries to strangle him. She puts her hands on her dad. I'm going to strangle you. He's like, you're going to strangle me. Yeah, I will kill you and use you as an example. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
I'm going to go check out this account because I want to see more of this little lady.
I'm out of control on TikTok. I did do a TikTok and it didn't. I was like, okay, this is one of the funniest things I've ever done. And guess what? Not viral. I think it only has 30 views. So I think I might give up on myself getting TikTok famous and just enjoy the platform for what it is.
That's what we're supposed to do. If we say that and believe it ourselves, then we'll become viral famous.
Okay, well, I do want to say, like, so obviously we know on this podcast I'm a bit, I'm a bit of a, a pervy disaster. And so on TikTok, I get a lot of tarot cards where it's like, if you found this video, it's meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a woman saying like, this man's coming, like you have a man like who's going to like be in your life and he's going to be incredible and he's going to be so emotionally available to you and it's going to be so great. And I was like, amazing, amazing, amazing. And then the final card, she goes, He is gonna want to buy you like puppets and stuff. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's one of these, like, he's a lawyer, but then he comes and he goes, "Oh, you're a comedian? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So then
Look, I got you some puppets. You can do your act."
I just buy you these. I just thought because you're funny.
You go to like the Christmas party at the law firm. He's like, this is my lady. She does like little funny stuff on stage. It's great. Do one of your bits, babe. Do one of your bits.
my
Do one of
God.
your things.
Well, first
Do
of
one
all,
of your skits.
Okay, Dale, I'll be in the car. And I'm going to be in the car.
Pretty good bit, huh, guys? Pretty good bit. She's a keeper.
Oh God. There's nothing like telling your partner at a party or some sort of like work event that you will be fighting later in the car. Have you ever done that?
I've never done that, but I can see you doing that. And then I can also see people thinking about that it's a joke. And it's like, not a joke.
No, the best is when I will get quiet and go, I'm gonna keep this up. We're gonna have a good night. But when we get home, you're not gonna have a good night. Okay?
And I can tell you that whoever your partner was at that time did not have a good night the rest of that night because they knew that it was actually coming.
I'm in therapy now, and so I certainly now I wait. I talk to my therapist. I refine the argument so it's untouchable. And
You don't use your therapist for self-help. You use it to refine your arguments against your partners.
Yeah.
How am I going to win this argument? Here, I got a map. War strategies.
Carolyn says to start at the beginning. Say what I'm projecting and what I'm not. Then I'm going to swiftly move into once I hit past traumas, I'm going to go into their past traumas and their familial routine.
That's where we'll hit them hard. We'll hit them hard in their past traumas.
We're going to hit them past in their hard traumas and their weird relationship with their mother. Once I go there, I'm going to pivot into their lack of relationship with their father. Now
I'm going to flank in from behind and surprise them with their actual body issues, which they don't even know they have.
Don't even know they have. I'm going to subtly reference their sweaty forehead and ask them if they're concerned about the oil control. And then I'm going to shift back into the weird shoes they started wearing.
And then we will lay the flag upon this relationship and we will be queen.
This would have been one of the best sketches we've ever done. Have you ever done this where like you have to bring up an issue in a relationship, right? And you're not in a fight.
Well,
like
as much as you say you're not in a fight, it's a fight.
No, but like, when you're like, ugh, like this keeps happening and I'm not happy with it. And back before therapy, Stacey, before therapy, I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to pick a fight. Something easy, dishes not done, said something weird, something.
Is this like foreplay to you then? Is that what this is? Or what is it?
No. I'm just saying like.
But it's fun for you.
No, it's not fun for me. I'm actually.
Then why would you just bring up and be like, well, I got to find something here to fight about the dishes?
But
Okay,
I'm saying before therapy, like I didn't understand that you could have constructive conversations with a partner.
Oh, I see. So if the dishes were a thing, you'd bring it up and just in a very aggressive, attacky way.
Well, let's just say I felt like unseen or something, like an overarching issue in a relationship.
Okay,
like I'm feeling unseen. I'm feeling underappreciated. That's a common thing that everyone's going to feel in a relationship. You're going to feel underappreciated. Okay. So I would be feeling underappreciated or not seen or not like,
so you would pick on little things to just.
I would be like unable to be like, hey, like I just wanted to bring this up and like just have a conversation. I'm feeling this type of way, right? Which like you can do, and that's the healthier way to do it.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, it would be like, how do I tell?
By younger, do you mean like 2 years ago, or?
Yeah, when I was 25, and I would be like, how do I get into this conversation? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get it. You're like, let's open up that map. The X is over here, but we're here. We can start on the path of dishes, and then we can go to like, why don't you make a decision on what to watch tonight? I don't have to be the one that always makes that decision. And then we can go down.
We're not fighting about you have to choose the show.
I know, but we're trying to get to the X, and the X is I'm unseen. That's what we really want to talk about. We just don't get there.
I'm like, exactly. Because I would be like, I always pick the TV shows. So what am I just going to run this whole relationship? It's like, whoa.
Sanford and Son. We'll watch Sanford and Son tonight. No.
Caitlin says that she started to do hypnotherapy sessions, and she's saying she's making a lot of progress.
And some people in the chat are jumping on board. At least one other person has tried it.
Jenny said she did it too. Oh wow, I'm down for that. Elizabeth's super curious about it too. She said it's not scary at all. It literally feels like an out-of-body lucid dream experience where you're cognizant of everything going on. Cool. And Jenny says wild, in a very good, weird way, wild. I wanted to keep going back, but the therapist ended up getting sick and moving. It was like I went out of my body and I got so big. Whoa, crazy.
I'd love to try. I mean, haven't you ever been to one of those like shows? They like come to your college and like, I'm going to hypnotize you and you're going to walk around like a chick. And I'm like, I need to get on stage because I need to believe this. I need to get
well, I can tell you there was a hypnotist when I worked at Second City. There was a couple nights where he had like booked out the theater.
Is this Mysterion?
Yeah, maybe. Mm. You could tell when people were faking it. Also, I don't know who the therapist. Yeah, it was quite the time. I would never want that because I have a fear of just being embarrassed.
Sure.
Like a deep, even though I'm a comedian.
I know what you mean, but if you can go to therapy and you're actually truthful with yourself, then what's the difference of doing that compared to being hypnotized and allowing your subconscious to talk for you?
Well, I'll tell you, like, starting therapy is an interesting thing because like I will speak from my experience where I met my therapist and I instantly had a connection with her where I felt, I just felt like, connected to her where I could like open up, but I still like for a long time was like not bringing my truth. Like I was telling her things, but in a very protected way. Does that make sense? And now it's like, now I feel like I'm at a place where I'm still catch myself, but I can kind of just be very honest.
So at a hypnotherapist, you bypass all that, like, getting to know each other, vulnerable stuff. And you just go, well, I'm going to spill it all out to this fucking stranger. And I understand that that's scarier, but I guess what I'm getting is I'm trying to think, I'm going to go do this. I like the idea of this. And someone said we should be doing it for the Spooktacular. I don't think I'm going to do it live on air.
Oh no, because here's why we can't do it on air. Jason and I are funny, right? And how did we get that funny?
We're sad.
As if. You know how like we loved Oz and we were just like, why the fuck does Dorothy have to go behind a curtain? Everyone's having a chill fucking time. Everyone's chill.
Yeah. What's the moral of this story? Like the moral to me is don't look behind the curtain, hang out with some flying monkeys, a fucking talking line, chill out.
Yeah. Just, I will say,
you've killed the Wicked Witch of the West. This place, Oz, sounds sweet. Now you're done.
So Jameson said he was attempted to be hypnotized. He said it did not work on me at all. And yes, it was embarrassing. So I went along for 1 minute and then pretended to hit my head on the floor to jolt out of it in a believable way.
He says in a believable way, but I wonder about the people in the audience being like,
oh, if you and I were in the audience, would have been like, yikes.
Although Jameson, solid actor, so maybe very believable.
Oh, more on set than anyone we've ever known. And you would hear those compliments, Jameson, if you ever watched the show. But I also feel that reaction.
Kayla said she tried like a past life regression thing, and she got a vision of me getting killed by her boyfriend in the 70s.
You?
No, Kayla in the chat.
Whoa. Wow. A vision of me getting killed by. Whoa, that is wild.
That is crazy to see your own past death.
Wow. I wonder how I went out. I think a witch. I think I was a witch. Based on my current day karma, just my life karma, like weird shit happens to me all the time. I'm like, I think I was a witch.
I think I was picked up by an eagle because I was probably like a meerkat or something.
This is as tall as I'll ever be.
I just see you in little overalls and your parents sent you out for bread and you're like, did you?
Not the eyes. Oh, this is a long death. Oh, this is terrible. I'm going to remember this for sure.
I still got the bread. Just holding a little tin with bread.
But if you were something else in the past, like meerkat, like, hey, everyone's doing that and I got big eyes. Hell yeah. What's going on over there? That's
so here's a
that's
cool
my
thing.
soul.
So Megan did her Akashic Records.
What is that before we get into it? Explain
So
that to me.
Megan, you can probably explain it better. I've had my Akashic Records. I've gotten my Akashic Records read from my pal in Los Angeles, and it was incredible. It was a really, really great experience. I'd be curious.
It's a type of tarot reading.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's an intuitive reading. Let me look it up so I can properly explain it. Megan, you can for sure explain it way better than me. It's so apparently it's like all of the things. It's a compendium. What is that word?
Well, I don't even know. I don't know what any of this was yet.
It's of
Akashic, I don't know.
all the universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future in terms of all entities and life forms. So it's like, I guess your past, present.
But in that sense, we all have the same past, present, and future.
No.
We're all
it's
connected and we're all one.
She said it's like a past life meditation reading type situation. It's wild.
Whoa, that
I
is
would love
wild.
that done. I would love to get that done.
But you've had it done in LA.
I know, but I would love to get it done again.
Mm-hmm.
I love all that stuff. Oh wait, Jenny says nothing too deep, but I've done a few things. But same. Wait, Jenny, do you do Akashic Records? Do you do that? Please let me know. Jenny is an amazing tarot card reader. I was very lucky to have a tarot reading from her. It was incredible. I will be using her services again. I will be needing.
I gotta do. I want to be hypnotized. I want to find out about past lives. Like,
but
even though I'm gonna walk in and go, that's not true. But still, at the same time, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think that you can be skeptical, and I think you can be skeptical and still have those experiences. But what I find insulting is when people are like, yeah, I want to do this. And then people put in energy.
I get that. I understand.
And then you're like, fucking prove it. It's like, you're not going to get anything out of that experience because you can still hold skepticism, but you could still be open at the same time to see what it actually is about.
I've been open to your readings to me before.
Yeah, but you fight them. So you're also like, because I feel like tarot is incredible because tarot is ever evolving. And Jenny, you can speak way more to this because you're really great at it. But like,
I loved finding out like that
tarot you pull today, you probably will not pull tomorrow, or the next day after that. It's ever changing. But I feel like you are not going to get anything from tarot if you're not open and honest with yourself.
I also believe it's sort of like The Secret because I believe in stuff like vision boards and stuff because all you're doing is putting out there your intentions and you're going, great, now I have like a subconscious vision towards what it is. And I believe that with tarot cards, it's almost like deciphering your own dreams. It's like, well, no, you know subconsciously what you're, but what I'm getting at is this. I feel like with tarot cards, if you told me something and it was a little, say, vague, it just is like, okay, cool, this is what it is, this is what it is. What I take from that is probably going to be very true because I'm like, you're exploring your inner thoughts and going, yeah, that is true. And I need to do this and I need to do that. So exactly. I feel like so I believe in that stuff. But all you're doing is exploring stuff in your mind that you weren't thinking about before.
Shayla's asking, I'd love a tarot reading, but I have no idea what I'd even ask. So what I like to ask with my tarot is just like, what do I need to know right now? Unless you're kind of going through something. Like for me, it's been like creative blocks. It's been, why am I procrastinating? Why am I unable to focus?
Yeah.
But a great, I think, and again, Jenny would be better at.
Well, maybe this is something we can do in the Hollywood, the Halloween Spooktacular. Jason, I would love to read your cards one day.
Yeah, but if Jenny's going to take the time and energy,
I heard you. I will definitely 100% immerse myself in it and go for it.
Because you have to be vulnerable and open. Because there's nothing more insulting than someone going, I don't know.
I get it. I've done corporate shows. I get it.
Oh my God. Dear God.
Hey guys, you want to see some improv? Oh, when the fuck is the state coming?
Oh, Christ. Okay.
We open the bar yet? Or what the fuck?
Poor fucking bastards with those little mics on their faces.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to wear those little lapel mics sometimes.
Who's ever been to the Second City?
Or the worst ones is these ones.
Oh yeah. Have you heard have you heard of Tina Fey, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell? None of them are here. Would you like to get entertained by people you've seen on TV selling you yogurt? Yes. Okay. It all begins with one suggestion: titties. Okay, I don't think so.
Okay. Tits. No, well, that's the same. We just don't want it.
Same. That's the same.
Gynecologist. Okay,
Oh my
great. We get it. We get it.
Can I tell you something? I think about this often. If I was dating somebody and we went to a show
Yeah.
and they yelled,
Yeah.
they gave a suggestion that was lame or they yelled out, I would get up, leave, and I would never speak to them again.
Yeah.
I would never speak. I'd be like, it's done.
Yeah.
Is that why? I literally would. That would be it. There would be no.
Well, you and I are different. Like, because you would do it. In my mind, I would do it, but I would be still sitting there at the end of the show being like, maybe it'll work.
Are we gonna have sex?
Bang on.
That's the difference. Men are like, well, I still want to have sex, and women are like, I'll do it myself. Goodbye. I don't need you. I'll go watch The Notebook and figure it out. No, seriously, if I was dating someone, even if they were like a tall, beefy delight, and they went gynecologist, I'd be like, well, goodbye. I have to immediately go and walk into the ocean. Yeah. Oh, Jameson says, what if no one was stepping up though?
For what scenario is this?
To give a suggestion.
Oh, but you still don't yell out that. You just yell.
I don't know what it would be. If someone like, okay, and the same goes for like when someone goes, we need a volunteer. And if I was with someone who put their hand up and volunteered, no, that's a deal breaker for me as well.
Well, I'd have my hand up in a heartbeat. I'd be like, hypnotized? Hell yes, please. I need to know this is happening. Yeah,
but didn't we try and write a sketch once where you volunteered for something? And then we were driving home and I was so upset.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of our premise, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like
we're driving home and talking about something.
In my mind, you were like, wasn't that show amazing? And I'm just like, you're like, what? I'm like, I can't believe you.
It was like I left my body.
You're sick.
Monica, it was like I left my body.
David, you have a wife and children, and you had the audacity on date night to put your hand up to be hypnotized?
Yeah. And I got picked.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what, I believe in it now. I didn't feel it, but I believe in it.
Oh, Jameson says my family always gets picked for that shit, no matter how disengaged we try to be. I've always told my parents, like, I mean, we don't do a lot together, but anytime I've done an improv show and they came, which was twice, I was like, do not put your hand up. Do not volunteer. Okay. I was like, that will not happen. That will not happen.
I loved when your dad came out. I loved when your mom and dad came out, but like your dad was so proud of you afterwards.
Oh yeah, it was great. But my dad loves comedy stuff. But my mom, remember when I don't know if you remember this, when we were at Second City and there was the proposal. Do you remember that?
Well, there's a couple. Are you talking about the one that was the same sex couple that was like really awesome about it?
I'm talking about when,
because there was some awesome ones, and then there was like the ones with the bros that like to go throw me the ring, dude. Like, are you talking about that one?
Here's the thing. I'm actually trying to tell you which one, but you keep.
Oh, is it the one that? Okay.
No, I'm talking about the one where the man. I think we've talked about this before, but we used to have to do these really lame proposal things where like you take one partner, like the guys take one partner, the women take the other partner. And then you have to be like, tell us something about them. It really made me so sad. I would get really upset. I was like, we don't work at a Chili's. Anyways.
I was okay with it, especially that one couple. That was so nice. And then,
but the one couple I'm thinking of is the man got down on one knee and then was like, I love you. I'll spend the rest of my life with you, and proposed. And my parents were there. And before the woman could say anything, my mom screams out, what did she say? Like my mom had to make it about herself, which is so messed up. And I went, it's not about you. And I was like, that's my mom. Which got with my mom.
And then you fully made it about you. And then they just turned into a... No, but I mean, like, that's very funny that it's not about you, Mom. Oh, is it about you, Stace? Not now. Look, we're going to enjoy the rest of this night, Mom. But when we get in the car after and we go home, we are not going to be having a good time.
We will be fighting in the car.
On with your proposal, guys.
Oh, it's so
Oh
beautiful.
my God, she said no. She said no.
She said no. Hey, just screaming. Never forget.
I thought you were gonna say she yelled out, "Don't do it."
She would. That is what my mom would do. That is what my mom would do. 1,000%. It's the terror. Oh, that really makes me haha and hee hee. Well, I think we sort of did it.
Yeah.
We've done it an hour in. How exciting. So, but again, just to be like, a little, sincere. My day was made when we finished the podcast on Wednesday and realized we had hit over 300, which is
during the podcast, so we didn't even get to address it. We should have been watching throughout.
But we just want to thank everyone who has listened.
I haven't brought a prop. Props to Rossa is going to make some phone calls today. Subscribe-a-thon.
Jason goes, "You want to make some calls?" Adam goes, the Act 1 closer of Something Wicked Awesome, because Adam obviously works at Second City, was Donkey Kong, and Dale would end with, "Do you want to continue?"
Yeah.
It was like a video game, and 99% of the time the crowd yelled yes, but Danny's mom yelled no first and only time. I love when that happens though, when you do a show.
I didn't know that story because that's heartbreaking. It's your girlfriend's parents have come out, and the only people to be like, "Do you want the show to continue?" And like you've run it 1,000 times, and everyone goes, "Hell yeah, we're having a great time." And the mom just goes, "Not really. No. Let's just get out of here."
And Dale said, "Well, we're continuing anyways." That's like when I told our director Carrie that I didn't know how to like introduce the improv set. I just didn't have enough experience doing it, and he made me do it. And so basically how it works is after Second City, after the show is done, you come out and you're like, "Does anyone want to see some improv or whatever?" And you're like, "We're going to do a little improv set for you." So before I had the script in my bones, I did the thank you so much for joining us for the improv set or something like that. And then
sure.
goes,
the typical like tip your servers and
yeah. No, but at the end I was like, "So who's going to be joining us for the improv set?" And this man goes, "I guess I will." This old man.
Oh, and did he get up and get to go on stage?
This old man stands up and he starts walking, and I freak out. I'm new to like the main company. So I go, "No."
I kind of remember this.
And I go, "Don't, no." Before I was like comfortable. And so I yelled at that man to sit back down. And I said, and then Carrie goes, "Well, I think you'll watch a couple more before we have you pop back out again." Yeah.
Fun.
Very fun stuff. Okay. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who has listened, who has subscribed. If you're listening to this, and you have the second to subscribe, that would mean the absolute world to us. We're trying to get to 1,000 so we can monetize this beast, which will be so fun. You can do that at youtube.com/theregulars. But I want to thank everyone who listens, who shares, who likes us on Instagram. Like, we know that the internet is a big old fucking place, and we are so glad that you found our little corner of the internet and you've been enjoying it, which is just so nice because we love doing it.
It's a fun corner at the party.
It's a fun corner at the party? Is the party the internet?
Yeah.
Cool. We got there. So we will be back on Monday. We will be putting up this weekend the voting
5 choices,
for our film, and we're going to figure out how to do that. I believe it'll be on Discord. That's what we'll do. Thank you all so much. If you like this episode, give it a little like. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Again, youtube.com/theregulars. And you can also listen to this as well. Thank you all so much. Amanda,
check out if you subscribed, because Cindy didn't even realize she did not subscribe, and then she did, and we hit 300.
We love you guys so much. We're so excited for the Spooktacular. We got to figure out our costumes, and keep it up. And again, the model challenge. Do we want to do an over the weekend model challenge?
Okay, I just cut my hair, so I'm not feeling good about it. But
this is when we got to push through. Okay, what do we want to? What should be the theme for this model weekend?
Let's do. Well, we've done fall, and it so. Is there a Halloween one? Because it feels like this would be the Halloween one if there was one.
Okay, great. Yeah, so
But I
let's
don't know what that means for models. Although Tamika's already put it out there, costumes.
okay, so let's do spooky season. That's the vibe. Spooky season is the vibe. Whatever that means to you, spooky
Okay.
season. And again, play with filters. Filter it however you need and however you feel. When all else fails. Oh, Jenny says, I want to do a model challenge. I love seeing everyone participate on Insta. So here's the vibe. It is spooky season. Tag us at the Regulars podcast. Jason and I will be doing spooky seasons. Let's release one on the gram over the weekend, and then we'll show one on Monday.
I think that's great. On top of it, Jenny, if you feel like even just like retroactively doing some other ones, go nuts. Feel your fall vibe.
Feel the fall vibe.
Whatever you want.
Fashion forward vibe. But yes, spooky season is upon us. Let's all feel good and embrace who we are right now, because who we are right now is amazing. So tag us at Regulars Podcast. We will share it on our Instagram stories and have fun with the filters. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. You know, put me down. I will make you an example. We'll see you all on Monday. Thank you all so much. Jason, anything you want to say before we go?
Have a great weekend.
Have the best weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.